All right, how's that? Whoever's there. All right. Let's see, let me shut off this light. That's a little better. Oop. All right. I hate lighting, or lack of. All right. All right, guys. Basically, like I said this morning, I called this one torched because what happened? Well, you guessed it. A torch plug. Customer came over with her Troy-Bilt, said it wouldn't start. Well, actually, a twofold problem. It's a Troy-Bilt 2100 single stage 208cc Chonda engine. And what happened was a friend of hers borrowed it. Of course, that's what always happens. And they looked at the oil, saw the oil was low, and put oil in. Not measuring it or knowing how much, they put a quart of oil in. Well, the thing only takes about 16 ounces of oil. So meanwhile, the crankcase is full of tons of oil, and I should have just checked it from the get-go, but I figured this lady, every time I see her, I just drain some fuel out, you know, some old fuel, and everything runs. So anyhow, there was more oil in the crankcase. I didn't really know it. Stupid me. So I drain the carburetor, get some fresh fuel in there. I turn it on. After about 3 seconds, it starts smoking profusely. Shut it off immediately because I don't want to hydraulic the engine. Look at the dipstick. Oh my gosh. So I drain it all out, and of course there's, you know, quart and a half of oil in there. So hopefully I said, we didn't blow anything. So drain it all out. I go to pull the pull starter. Of course, the motor's got oil in the cylinder. Doesn't want to pull it all. It almost broke my arm off. So, all right, take the spark plug out. Let's confirm what it is, and it is a torch. So I hate those anyway. BPR6ES. I took all the oil out of the cylinder. I put the BPR6ES in, turned it on. You want to talk about a smoke show? Oh my God! For about 5 minutes, I couldn't see the cars across the street from me. There was that much smoke because the muffler was full of oil. So anyway, after about 4 or 5 minutes, the oil residue cleared, the smoke cleared. It was running, actually ran beautiful. So we ran it for a few minutes, and I got it ready for her. And she brought it in a Chevy Malibu, an older one, probably 10 or 15 years old. Guys, you can't fit a Troy-Bilt Squall in a Malibu trunk. It just won't happen. I took the drift cutters off. I folded the bars over. It just doesn't fit. Now, here's my fear. Did what happened with the oil happen because it was on an extreme angle in her trunk when she came down from New Haven? That's about a 35-40 minute ride from here. So I said to her, when you get home, check the dipstick. If it's anywhere above full, meaning fuel, gets past the needle and goes into the crankcase, let me know. I know it's not going to be because of overfilling, but it may be because of something leaking past the needle and seat where the gas mixes with the oil, because that happens a lot too. So she just left a few minutes ago. I made a couple of dollars for coffee, and this way, hopefully she gets home safely. She calls me up and says everything's running, and we're good to go. So I'm waiting for that right now. So we will see. Let me get on my thing here so I can watch you guys chat. Let's see. There we go. Oop. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let me turn my volume down so you don't get an echo. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let me turn my volume down so you don't get an echo. All right, here we go. Let me turn my volume down so you don't get an echo. Why isn't that working? Let me turn my volume down so you don't get an echo. Why isn't that working? Let me turn my volume down so you don't get an echo. Here we go. Okay. Let's see who's here now. We got Matt, we got Hot Rod, welcome, Mr. Moderator. How you doing, James? Everything okay? You released? Are you still in, or what's going on? All right. Maddie, I tell you, sometimes these things drive me crazy. Technology, and I'm a smart guy, but sometimes with this live thing, between the portrait and the landscape, you get ready for your quick portrait when it does the title page, and I don't know. Anywho. So anyway, torch plugs on there. If you see torch plugs, guys, take them out, put it in an NGK. Still in what? Oh, that's too bad, James. Well, best of luck to you, James. I'll say my prayers for you. Hopefully we'll see you out of there soon. Well, at least you got us to keep you busy, right? And keep some time with you. So that was this morning's thing. What time is it anyway? It is 11:20, almost coffee time. I wish I had a cup of coffee like Matt had last night. I could really use one. I got water, though. Maybe I have a drink of water. Not the same. Okay. Where's Craig? I want Craig to come on, too. I love when Craig comes on because he always has funny stories. You gave James a product. Oh, well, you got to keep him busy. I was going to send him some coloring books or something, but I couldn't find any steel coloring books. I remember when I was young, I had a lot of surgery on my ears as a child, and the biggest thing was Hot Wheels and coloring books. That's what I remember from the hospital. Hot Wheels and coloring books. Actually, it's funny. You know, James, I was on a vacation one time to the islands. I think it was Abacos Islands with my wife before we had our first child. And we were so bored because, I mean, how often can you go to the beach? We were there for like 2 weeks. We had nothing else to do. I took up knitting or crocheting. Don't ask me why, but, you know, it was something I took up and, hey, pass the time. You never know when you're declined. And this person is a snow thrower person. I guarantee you he's going to leave me a message saying, I need help with my snowblower, which is okay. The day before the storm, people are going to be calling me all day long, Kenny, I can't get it started, or it blew up, or I can't fix it. And that's what happens. You're a small engine guy. There's a snowstorm coming. I don't know. Some people say cha-ching. I just say, yeah, whatever. As long as there's no football or basketball or game on it or hockey game I want to watch, I don't care. Actually, today is Atlanta. No, Vegas. NASCAR, Vegas. So that ought to be good today. Yeah, so I want to fill you guys in about that. One thing I always tell people to do, and everybody, whether it be, you know, you guys or anybody else, 4-stroke engines, always check the oil level. What I find now with ethanol in the fuel, might go and work on the valve. Did you get all your parts, Matt? Are you set with that? It was a fuel issue, wasn't it? Something with the fuel or something? I know you've been working on that for months now. Anyway, like I was telling you guys, always check the dipstick on your 4-stroke equipment, because with ethanol in the fuel now, the rubber tips or the rubber seats in the needle and seats, I just seem to find a lot of people who, you know, the fuel has slipped past the needle and seat, got into the crankcase, they either hydraulic the engine and ruin it, or it just gets hydraulic and locked. They said my starter's screwed up, and most of the time it's just oil in the crankcase. But ironically, luckily I had the BPR 6ES to get rid of the torch plug, so that was good. Let's see. There's of course a voicemail from my customer. I'll get that after. You guys don't see where it says voicemail on my screen, do you? You just see me? Okay. What else? Yeah, always check the oil. I always use synthetic. I don't know, for some reason the past few years I just use synthetic. If anyone's looking for the screw starters, I did put links on my last video in the comments section. There's 2 of them on there. One of them is a single-ended one just for flat screws. The other one's the double-ended one, which I prefer. It's a Stanley Proto. I mean, Lyle makes them, Stanley Proto makes them. And it's not that cheap. I thought when I bought them they were $10. They're probably 15, 16 now shipped. But you get a Phillips end and you get a flat end. So that way you can secure the screws with this screw starter on both. Storm here is fizzle. Where are you, James? I forgot where you were. I know it's coming pretty quick to us, but I think it was in the Carolinas this morning, or in DC. We're supposed to get it around 6 p.m. here. It's supposed to go for about 12 hours. So that should be interesting. What do I got planned for today? I think today I'm going to work on that 136 a little bit, get that all apart. I'm trying to find the Indiana North. Oh, my brother went to Purdue in West Lafayette back in 1980. So I remember driving out there, and I'll never forget, from Connecticut, we're driving out there, we hit Zanesville, Ohio, and we keep going west, and all of a sudden you look to the sides. Once we hit Indiana, you couldn't see on the sides yet. It was corn. It was 10-foot tall corn this side, 10-foot tall corn this side. It was like you were in a tunnel. And then you roll down the window, you smell horse poop. I was like, oh my God. I go, this is my brother picked to go to college, but hey, Purdue Boilermakers, what are you going to do? But Notre Dame's there, everybody's over there, so it's pretty popular. But I just remember, tall corn and horse manure. That's my impression of Indiana. So, anywho, what else is happening? Matt, I was thinking about you last night. I got the bill for my last crown. I almost dropped dead, but hey, what are you going to do? They're gold, right? They're porcelain-coated gold, so it is what it is. I have a tooth I can use now, so what are you going to do? Let's see. I was talking last week about different types of screws and how I have a collection of 40 or 50 years worth of screws from a good friend of mine who will be 89 this year. And I'm slowly going through them. What happened was, over, say, 40 to 50 years, he had been doing small engine repair on the side. He actually worked for the phone company. And every time he would take something apart, every single piece of hardware, he'd save. He'd put in a jar. Well, he handed me a 5-gallon taping pail full of hardware. And literally, this thing weighed, honestly, 100, 125 pounds. So I've been slowly going through pounds at a time and sorting out quarter 20, 5/16, 18, tech screws, plastic type screws, things like that. And I'll be honest, I've found so much hardware, I don't think I'll ever need to buy hardware again. But one thing, I go to my dump every weekend, or where I work, we get every other Friday off. It's just part of the way they work. I go to the dump every other Friday, and if there's a machine there, even if I don't need it, I'll take it home, spend 20 minutes, take off every single bit of hardware on it, and save it. Because you never know, like today, Sunday afternoon, you need a screw, where are you going to go? And, you know, I know Tractor Supply, Sears Hardware, things like that, but now they took the Sears Hardware away from us that used to be in our area, so that was a great place for miscellaneous. Lowe's and Home Depot have the Hillman sections where you can get miscellaneous stuff, but it must be gold plated because a little screw they want $4 for. It's ridiculous. So, and especially Briggs, Tecumseh, Kohler, they always use special screws, especially the snow blowers have a special 3/8 hex head with a special, you know, quarter 20 or quarter 28 thread on it that you never have the right one. And the people that bring you these snow blowers never have the right screws in there. They think wood screws are machine screws. So I'm not going to get into the difference between wood and machine screws. Elementary school classmate that just lost her dad. He got... Oh my God. When was that, Matt? Holy cow. Wow. I wonder if I know the family, because I've been living here my whole life, 55 years. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised. I have a good friend of mine who works for the highway department. I should ask him. Wow, I'll ask him. I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. My condolences go to the family. That sucks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Trumbull dump, you know, people were talking, I have friends of mine in Wallingford talking about dumps. And in Wallingford, Connecticut, nothing's free. You have to pay way in, way out, no matter if it's a paper clip or not. It's way in, way out, and you have to buy a ticket and pay for it. Whereas in my dump, as long as you have your sticker on the windshield, they'll let you in. The only thing you pay for at my dump is tires and batteries. I think they charge $1 or $2. The rest is free. So, but that's too bad. I just know, knowing what you said, Matt, and knowing the way people drive in and out of there like maniacs, especially on a Saturday, I believe it. The way the parking is there, there's supposed to be an attendant that's supposed to tell people, okay, stop. Okay, when the guy pulls out, you pull in. There's like 7 spots where you can back up to the dumpsters, and people just rush in. And hey, if someone was in front of a car, and hey, got, you know, it's sad. Oh yeah, is that always the way, Matt? And yeah, 92. Yeah, that's always the way. That's always the way. Wow. 92. That's too bad. 92, I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't be driving at 92. I don't know. It's too bad. 72, 73. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I lost my father at 71, but not from that. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I'm glad I have a dump because I always have stuff to dump. They take waste oil and waste antifreeze for free, so that's always a good thing. All right, let's talk about something happier at this point. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. Any suggestions from you guys? Because you know me, I got a big mouth. I'll talk about anything. Just trying to think who's here. 5 people here. Okay. The Small Engine Nation guys, I'm surprised more aren't here because usually they chime in. But I tell you, I watched one of their videos the other day. Boy, those guys are crazy. They got headphones on and microphones, and you look on the screen and there's 5 pictures of guys talking all at the same time, and super nice guys. But it's like, whoa, get a conversation in here. You know, I was a little afraid of it. How was I going to chime into that? But super nice guys. I guess they do a lot of go-karts and things. This Twisted R, I think it is. They had a pretty cool chat the other day where they were working on stuff. I think they're in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what he said. There was a dog in their garage, and he had a big fan blowing. I'm like, fan? It's wintertime. But Texas. I guess you need a fan. Let's see. What else can I talk about? I don't know. What's it like by you, Maddie? It's beautiful here. It's like 45 degrees. It's sunny. It's gorgeous. Doesn't even look like there's going to be any snow or anything coming in. But today'd be a perfect day to work on the mill if you had some lumber. Did you look and see what Nikki sent you? Is that something you think you're going to buy? Oh, that's right, the Volvo. You're right. Yeah, what was I saying? Is it fuel related or ignition related? I know you were talking about that the other day. But yeah, this thing with Volvo, like you were saying, fuel. Yeah, $1 million worth of parts and it still won't be fixed. That's the only thing that stinks about luxury cars. Anywho. Oh, what else? Let's see. That's true too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's all wet out there. I know. My backyard gets like swampy when it gets too muddy. But anyway, all right, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to try and find the insert, the Schrader insert, that I have a spare one and a tap for it, so I could do my compression tester video for you guys to show you the difference between the Schrader valve at the gauge versus at the end of the hose versus at the very cylinder. So let me take off and get going on that. Hopefully I can have something for you later on. Maddie, maybe I'll see you in something later on. And I'll do an unbagging when I'm in a chainsaw mode later on, working on the 136. So guys, take care. Thanks for stopping in. I just wanted to talk to you about those Torch plugs. Buyer beware. Don't buy Torch plugs. And if you see Torch plugs, don't get they're NOS. They're stock in Toro small throwers. If you see Torch, just get rid of them. They're no good. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. I gotta answer this voicemail. Hopefully, it's another snowmobile to work on. I will catch you guys later. Thanks.